Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. I sell used books, CDs, and DVDs online on platforms like eBay and Amazon. That is what I do full-time to support my family. Today is a Monday morning. We got 51 eBay orders going out. Let's see how much they're for. Just real quick. Going over to eBay. Now, Amazon stuff, I'll do FBA, so I do not have to ship that. What you guys are seeing, actually, it's only 50 orders. Excuse me. I misspoke. That is not right. Let's go here. So you guys will not see any of my FBA stuff. If you want to check out what I'm doing with Amazon, check out Thursday's videos. I will sometimes talk about that there, but on these videos that come out on Tuesdays, we're typically shipping everything that's sold over the weekend on eBay. So yeah, 50 orders for $1,155.95. Not a bad weekend. I did see that my payout today was somewhere over $500, and I have a really good payout for tomorrow as well. We got this big stack of books going out and a bunch of some miscellaneous stuff. Even sold some China. So glad to see that go. Clearing off shelves, making space. I was able to yesterday go in and combine a bunch of my CD drawers. You know those like 3-drawer plastic crates that people have around? So I was able to open those up, combine some of those, and get rid of 2 of the like stacks of 3s. Get them out, clear some space, because we need to start building more of these shelves fairly soon. And in order to do that, I need to clear out those 3-drawer things, and I need to clear off one more wire shelving rack that I previously had in my storage unit from before we moved here. So once I moved here, we are now building all this custom wood shelving that I really like. It like you fill this stuff up with a lot of books, and it condenses nicely. I'm happy with the way I have it going out. But anyways, enough talking about the storage situation. In here, we are going to be shipping out some books today. We got 50 strategies for teaching English and all that good stuff. Let me get this set up where I have everything on one page here. Somebody always asks, Josh, what do you use for shipping? How do you do that? We use a program called Veeqo, Veeqo. Links down in the description below. Since I've switched to it, I have now decided, since I've been using it quite a while now, it's faster than eBay shipping. So it's saving me a lot of time. It's also slightly cheaper because of some complicated cashback type thing that they do, credits. It's weird. But even if it wasn't cheaper, it's so much faster, and I love that. Okay, let me close out of that. There we go. This is going... I'm going to ship this for $4.15, going to California, bound printed matter rate. Buyer paid all in $21.97. Pretty cool. I need an IKEA bag. Package 1 done. 49 to go. Up next, we got Sandhill Satisfaction by Bob Moreland. This is signed. Well, it says from Elaine and Bob. It's not really a signature. It's more like a written name. I wonder if Elaine wrote that in there instead of Bob. I don't know. Buyers all in $43.96. Going to Nebraska. Pretty cool. Had some fun books sell over the weekend. Some things that like I just listed and had no idea if they would sell, and got a few surprises. This is one I knew would sell that we just had there. The textbook, I knew that would sell. I was really hoping it would sell this August. Glad to see it go. Still have quite a few textbooks on the shelves, unfortunately. I was hoping to get through more of those than I did, but oh well. Up next, Lightning Jiu-Jitsu. There's nothing even on the back cover. This is something I consider like pulp. This is by Harry Lord. Simple directions and how-to illustrations tell and show every move to make an expert in jiu-jitsu. Pretty cool. Got a lot of wear on it. I want to reinforce this box a little bit, so we're going to add some cardboard to it. Anybody know where you can get these boxes for free? If you know, you know. But you can get these ones for free. They're just like not convenient for me and my business to use, so I'm not ordering them again. But I've already got them, so I've decided to just use them as packaging material from time to time. like we're doing right now. Usually I have a bunch of cardboard laying around to do this with, but for some reason I don't today. Just must have used it all up. Just want to add some extra protection to this thing because it's already in bad shape. This is like World War II era type of age. Old, bad shape, needs the extra protection. Still weighs exactly 4 ounces. Let's see if I can find it without having to do a search real quick. Up here it is. 4 ounces. And that is going to go bound printed matter. Where's this going? Oh, this is going international, believe it or not. It's going EIS. I never check to see where my EIS packages are going to. I know you can do that, but I don't know. Maybe I should check just for fun, but what's the point? I guess fun. Up next, let's pull this out. The Life and Teachings of Christ, Gordon Lindsay, 3-volume set. Let's see where this is going, how much we got for it. Should be, maybe it's up here. All right, let's just search. Where is it? I'm not seeing it. Up here it is. All right. Buyer is all in $31.71 for that nice little set there. I know where I got these. I paid $50 for a cartload of books, like a shopping cart full. So, and I've already made my money back on those. But even if I hadn't, like, that's the majority of the money back right there, going to Iowa. Cool to see. Let's keep doing books for now. Jean-Paul Gaultier. I don't know. Universe of Fashion. Neat little hardcover there. This is one that was on Amazon. I almost stuck this on Amazon, but like, I think there was one sale in the last 6 months or something, and just like, the price of it wasn't even that high. Like, the buyer's all in $27.99. So it's not that expensive of a book. And I just didn't feel like, I had a feeling it would sit for like 6 to 12 months before it even sold on Amazon. So I decided just to throw it up on eBay. That's kind of what a lot of my eBay books are here. Like, I get the question all the time, Josh, how do you decide what you're listing on Amazon or what you're listing on eBay? And that really comes down to, like, if I think it will sell in 6 months and you're going to make enough profit to make it worth sending to Amazon, I send it to Amazon. Okay? Now, if the reason I didn't send it to Amazon was just because it was only worth $5, it does not go in my eBay lookup pile. The only reason it would go in my eBay lookup pile is if, number one, there's no Amazon listing, which is true of this book, Adventures in Southwest Cooking with Salsa, Jalapeno, Barbecue, and More by Earl L. Copeland from Deming, New Mexico. That's the type of thing. There's no Amazon listing. At least I'm pretty sure there's not. I did not check this one. I seriously doubt there would have been. Or if there is an eBay listing and there's like no rank, or the rank is super high, like we're talking e-score of probably 2 or higher, and it does not look like it's going to sell in the next 6 months, and the price of it has not bottomed out. If it's like no rank, but there's still people listing it for $5, I'm not looking that up for eBay. But if there's no rank and like the listings are, at least $20, yeah, I will look that up for eBay. And that's kind of how I make that decision. It's got to be high rank and high value, or high rank and none available, for me to then look it up on eBay. And that's the mindset I go with. Up next, 365 home workshop projects and ideas. This was one of the oldest listings that we had sold over the weekend. We did not make much money on it. Buyer paid all in $9.42. I think this book sold for like $3 plus shipping or something. I accepted an offer because I saw from the photo and from the location that this thing had been listed a long time. And if somebody wants it, they're going to pay me a couple of dollars for it. That's better because probably in January when I go through my store, this one probably would have got pulled down and donated. Donated to Goodwill, that is. All right. But that one's out. All right, guys, I want to talk to you real quick about Thrift Books. They are today's video sponsor. Thrift Books is one of the largest sellers of used books online, and they want to buy books from you. But the question is, why would you want to sell your books to them instead of selling them yourselves online on platforms like eBay and Amazon? And there's a bunch of different reasons. Number one, logistics. If you are sending your books to Thrift Books, you don't have to grade them yourselves. You don't have to condition them. You don't have to put that extra time and care into a book like you would need to if you were selling it on eBay or Amazon. No photos, no listing, no nothing. Just throw it in a box, ship it off to them. They provide free shipping labels via media mail, which can be picked up at your door with USPS. Or if you're shipping whole truckloads, pallets, gaylords, whatever that is, they will handle the shipping for you. Just reach out to them, talk to them. They do an amazing job with this. Also, there's no additional fees. Whatever they quote you is what they're going to pay you. You're going to get money in your pocket right away. If you're selling on eBay or Amazon, you're going to have to wait for that sale and then wait a few days, a few weeks, a few months, maybe with Amazon to actually get your money out. But with them, as soon as they get things checked in and it's all good, they're going to send you money either via PayPal or store credit that you can use right away. So that is absolutely great. Very fast turnover. Get the money back in your pocket right away. Also, if you have like list of ISBNs, like you want to upload 100 or 200 ISBNs at a time, they do have bulk ISBN uploads. You can get through things super duper fast that way. No like scanning things one at a time and doing all that. They do have the option to like upload tons of ISBNs all at once. And with this, doing all this, it's going to allow you to spend less time selling the books. You're going to be able to spend more time on your business, more time developing relationships, more time working on your processes. And you know what? If you want to check them out, go to thriftbooks.com/buyback, which I'll put a link down in the description below, and you can get started that way. Anyways, back to the video. Next, we've got Notes on the Parables by Trench. The Parables of Our Lord by Richard Trench. I don't see a date in here. It looks pretty neat. It's got some Greek. It's got Matthew chapter 13, verses 51 and 52 in Greek in the front cover. I think that's kind of neat. Buyer paid $17.97, going to Arkansas, not too far. All right, so let's talk about my plan for this week, something I kind of like to talk through each week. Plan for this week. Last week, I ended up kind of condensing those CDs like I talked about and starting to make more space because this shelving unit right here, I talked about earlier, the one on the other side, there's one just like right here on the other side I could reach through to. I'm starting to fill it up now. Once it gets filled up, we need to build another section of this. There's like 4 pieces in this section. Hard to explain without me like taking the camera over there and showing it to you guys. But I need to build another one. I thought I could do that basically twice. Build this one and then a second one. And that should get me through the first year of being in the space. And so far, it looks like we're kind of on track for that. I might be filling it up a little bit fast. It might be more like 10, 11 months. Not sure yet. But I was originally planning on building it over here where all my like incoming stuff has been going so far, and where I'm sometimes setting up like a temporary sorting station. Now I do have a sorting station, a much bigger one out in the shop in the back, but sometimes when I just have a small collection or when I've been cherry picking, I like to have that set up there. That way all that incoming has a place to go, and it's been really nice for that. And so I don't want to lose that to storing inventory. So because of that, I'm kind of hurrying up the condensing of the other stuff, the stuff that was previously in storage units, so that I don't have to take that space for inventory, because I do need some sort of intake area. I thought I could get away with just these little bit of shelves over here, but I need more space for intake than I was thinking, and it makes sense. Up next, 2 books by Anne Maxwell, just some like old science fiction books. They weren't worth much on their own, so we did stick them together, and they still weren't worth that much, but a buyer paid all in $16.47 to get them delivered to South Dakota. And this guy has the same exact name as somebody I went to school with, so that's kind of neat. Probably a different person. I would definitely a different person by judging by these books. So pretty cool. Anyway, so what was I saying? I'm going to hold off condensing that, even though that's something that's like very close on my radar to do, just because I did some condensing last week. Want to give it another week for stuff to sell down before we do any more condensing. Income property appraising. I am going to be doing my regular 360 units to Amazon. Amazon has been doing well, and month over month we're seeing a lot of growth. Because really the reason for that is I've been doing really good at being consistent with it and doing that 360 every single week, not skipping a week. I'm very tempted to skip next week and not do it, just because some miscellaneous eBay stuff is just starting to pile up a little bit around here, and it'd be nice to go through that. I got one sewing machine over here, another one over there, got like a leather jacket and pants that need listed. There's a whole bunch of odds and ends like that. It'd be kind of nice to take a week off from Amazon to do that, but I've also reached the point in the business where now Amazon is outperforming eBay, and I can't get around that. And so because of that, Amazon really needs to take a bunch of my focus. And so as much as I want to take a week off of Amazon to do the miscellaneous eBay that's sitting around, that's not the best thing for my business. We'll do it eventually, but for now we're going to keep the pedal to the floor, keep Amazon going. What was this book? I didn't even tell you guys. Human Nature and Conduct by James Dewey. This is a modern library. Modern library stuff can do okay. It will always sell in lots if you've got a bunch of it. It's always worth looking up, at the very least. This one had its dust jacket, so it did okay. Think of them as like an early, I don't know, I hate to say Franklin Library or somebody like that, but that's kind of what I think of them. Their books weren't fancy, but they did a lot of printings of books that people were collecting, all of them. Oh yeah, this one did not do so great. Buyer paid all in $9.47. Yowzers. Going to Arkansas again. So we're going to keep doing Amazon, even though I want to take the week off from Amazon. eBay, we are going to increase eBay. We were previously doing 100 per week, but thanks to these AI listers, I have been slowly increasing that. I'm not jumping into things and going crazy. Last week we went up to 120 units, and I liked that. I'm working on increasing my supply. My suppliers are being kind of slow. If you know who you are, send me some stuff. But I'm going to send out some messages later today, see if they'll check in with those people. I've got 3 individuals that I'm really trying to up the supply coming from them. We shall see. I'll send them all a message later today, because I think later is better, because them wholesaling stuff to me is more like an extra part of their business, not the main part of their business. And I know they're working on the main part of their business at the beginning of the day, or they're working on the main part at the beginning, so they're working on the extra at the end, just like they should be doing. So we're going to wait to the end of the day to message them. But anyways, back to eBay. My plan for eBay, we are going to increase it. again this week, going slow until our supply has really increased. We're going to do 125 units. So just an extra 5. Not a big deal. 4 pounds. These are 2 books. Different authors, but like the publisher was the same and the theme was the same. So we stuck them together. Got $17.67. Oh, the author was the same. A.W. Spalding. Christ's Last Legion and Captains of the Host. Interesting. Okay. Going to Texas. I thought those were different authors. Apparently they weren't. Next. This is cool. Apple and Design, a reference guide to Apple products. Fall 1981, winter 1982. I got this. It was actually pretty dirty when I first got this, but this came, and I could tell from the other stuff that was purchased, it was some farmer that really got into the Apple computing back in the early 80s. They had a lot of like they actually had like livestock management software for the Apple II, it looked like. Stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. This buyer is overseas. They said they were going to be using this for a YouTube video. So they asked me if I could protect it better because of that. So we're going to at least throw a piece of cardboard on it. The problem is a lot of times EIS will repackage things before they send them overseas. So how I package it to get it to Illinois is not necessarily the same way it's going to go all the way to wherever its final destination is. I think it was over in Europe somewhere, if I remember correctly. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I should look at this person's YouTube channel. I probably should. Maybe I can get a shout out from a tech YouTube channel of some sort. I don't know. That's probably dumb to go about. But anyways, not the type of people we need watching this. Anyways, 1 pound. Pretty cool. Going somewhere in Illinois. Well, it's going to Glendale Heights, Illinois. And then from there, somewhere else. Not sure where. Pretty cool. Buyer was all in before EIS fees and all that stuff. $31.74. The value it shows me here does not include their international shipping or VAT or stuff like that. Up next, I can't believe this sold. I listed a few of these because and when I was listening to them, I'm like, am I wasting my time? Apparently not, because we sold National Directory of Expert Witnesses from 2003. What did the buyer pay for this? Buyer paid all in $30.96. Don't know what they need this for. I guess 2003 was just 22 years ago, so maybe it's not that. It's got to be pretty outdated. I don't know. It weighs 2 pounds, though. And it's going, once again, to Texas. I hope whoever needs this... Oops. This is not going to Texas. This is going to North Carolina. My bad. I was on the wrong line. Which means I also have the weight wrong. There we go. Come on, buy label. Whoever needs that, they needed it. And I was the only place they could get it. I had a couple of other years that I listed as well, so we shall see if those sell. I don't know. Happy it's gone. Happy to have made some money there. Up next, Bob Merrill Library of Liberal Arts discards rules for the direction of the mind. Buyer paid all in $10.07. This was another very old listing in the store that I just accepted an offer on to get it gone. I get asked all the time, Josh, what is the lowest value amount you will list on eBay? And that number has changed a lot over the years. Currently, the lowest I am listing is $12 plus shipping. I really don't mind selling something too much, like that last one that we sold for around $5 plus shipping. You know, you're putting $3 in your pocket. It's a little bit lower than I want to be. I don't want my average down there, but $5 plus shipping, I'm willing to sell that. However, if you're listing stuff for $5 plus shipping, you're going to have to send offers, accept offers, all that great stuff on it. and it's going to have to sell lower than $5 plus shipping. So my plan is for everything I list to sell for at least $5 plus shipping. So that means I am doing my listings at least $12 plus shipping. So that way, even if I mess up and have to give like an over 50% off offer to get that item gone, it'll still sell for $5-6 plus shipping and be totally fine. We are now on to CDs. Let me refresh this page so I can clear out everything we've already sold. It's in Spanish. I don't know. Buyer paid $24.47. Going somewhere in Georgia. Let's see. We got 33 orders left. It's been 23 minutes. That means we've done 17 in the last 23. Kind of slow, but I am talking to you guys, which always slows me down. Usually, if I'm not talking to you guys, we're right around one item per minute. Up next, I grabbed a quick sewing machine part, just a hinge to something. To an Atlas machine, it looks like. This is going to Oregon. Buyer paid for those hinges $23.60. Which is pretty cool because I know I paid $30 or less for that machine. Up next, Isco Say 100%. I don't know. This hat says Thugtown 918. 918 is the area code up here, so I'm guessing this is something local. I don't know. Buyer paid all in $29.47. This is going where it's being shipped to is in the 918 area code. So pretty cool. I wonder. Let me look at that name. Where did this one go? Is that this guy's name by chance? It doesn't have his name anywhere on here. But yeah, all this local stuff, I just list it. We're currently listing, if I have a CD and I can't find any comps on it, and I don't think it's anything like super special, and I can usually tell if it's super special or not by looking on Discogs, and I don't look at everything on Discogs. I don't look everything up on Discogs by any means, just if I think there's a chance it's special. I'm listing those at $20 plus shipping. This one looks like it went for a little bit more than that, because the buyer paid all in $29.47. So I must have had some sort of comp or something on that. Up next, Time Life Classic Soul Ballads. Some of these Time Life CDs, like especially stuff like Classic Soul Ballads, I just don't think they made that many of them. Like if you try and look this one up, and it says Too Hot, so that's the specific one from this series, Classic Soul Ballads. Like, there's just not a lot available. So somebody trying to like complete the set or whatever, they don't have a lot of options. This did not go for a lot by any means, but buyer paid $12.47. Not bad. We're gonna ship it out. Up next, Patty Glacken and Robbie Hannon, The Whirlwind. This does have a barcode on the back, so it must not be that specific, but it looks pretty specific. Let's see if I can see this one real quick. I do not see it. Oh, right here. Buyer paid all in $10.87. Medium mail is actually cheaper on this one, going to Oregon. So we're going to pay $4.47. Also, if you notice, I'm bubble wrapping some of these, and some of them I don't. Kind of around that $15 mark is where I start adding a piece of bubble wrap to them. Under the $15 mark, don't really worry about it. Now, this is neat. This has like a bunch of solds in the last 3 years. I was kind of confused why, and it sold super fast for me. A Holiday Harvest 2007, benefiting the Community Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma. And then it's got a lot of artists on the back that were just singing Christmas songs. None of these sound familiar. I think they're probably all like local artists. And so we've got a variety of different local artists on this CD. And apparently somebody, one of those people, probably, or a family member of one of those people, yep, this is going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, so it's staying in the area, are just buying these up whenever they see them come online. And they were willing to pay me $19.99 all in to get this shipped to them. So it's pretty good. I think I listed it for 15 and then they sent a little offer and I just accepted it. I think that's what happened, but I don't remember exactly. I was just glad to see that go. Here's another good CD sale. So I got that one and then these two on the same day, same place. We paid right around $50. No, we paid a little more that day. That day, I think we paid about $70 at that place. And these two, gospel Cherokee music, were two of the ones I was most excited to see. I find a lot of Cherokee music around here because this is the capital of Cherokee Nation. This next weekend is actually Cherokee National Holiday. But these two are going to Georgia. These were brand new sealed. Sold for $30 a piece plus shipping. Buyer paid all in $65.99. So between these and the thing that I just shipped out, we made all our money back from that day. And also, like, I made my money back faster than the Amazon stuff because I can almost guarantee the Amazon stuff is not even checked into the warehouse yet because this was stuff that I would have mailed off 2 weeks ago. So I've actually already made my money back from that purchase through eBay before all the stuff is even checked into the warehouse. Maybe some of it's checked in, but there's no way it's all checked in. It's definitely still in like FC transfer and all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. I'm not seeing the CD. Oh, here it is. My Tam Tiong Hat Di Dot. Did I say that very wrong? Probably. I'm guessing Vietnamese. Buyers all in $10.87. And this is gonna be, let's just call it 1 pound medium now, because I think this is over 8 ounces already. And once again, this is going to Georgia. It's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's go back to books. Usually when I get tired of shipping CDs, I'll switch to books. I get tired of books, we'll switch to CDs, so on and so forth. I should have thrown 2 IKEA bags on the ground down here because now these are just going all over the place. Really need a better solution for that than just 1 IKEA bag on the ground. Especially on Mondays. Mondays is the only day it really matters. The other days, 1 IKEA bag is usually enough. Berlin Diary. William Shirer? Hard to see. It's kind of faded off. Yeah, William Schreiber. The Journal of a Foreign Correspondent. Buyer paid all in $15.81. Glad to see it go. So it's big books like this that make me enjoy CDs so much more. Like, this book takes up quite a bit of space compared to a CD. I can put like 12 CDs in the amount of space that one book takes up. And so it's because of that, like, I'm really, really enjoying CDs right now because I can put a lot of CDs in a very small amount of space. We're not out of space in here, but I'm being very careful with how I fill up the space in here because I want to be able to keep all the listed inventory in here long term. So because of that, I'm really liking CDs. Oh, Customs and Traditions of the Catholic Family. Also small stuff like this. I can put like 8 or 9 of these in the same space as that last book. And this one made more money. This one the buyer paid all in $27.99 going to Minnesota. So I'm trying to be careful today. Just in general about listing heavy books that aren't worth very much. So like that last book, if it was just a $12 plus shipping book, I might have passed on it, honestly. Stuff like that, I really want to be listing for more like 15, 18, 20 minimums. But smaller stuff like this, CDs, I don't mind listing those at a little bit lower price, like the $12, because once they sell, you know what? They're going to make some money. Let's see this CD. This is going to be 4 ounces. Ground Advantage. Going to California. Which is cheaper, Media Mail or Ground Advantage? Media Mail. Okay. Good to know. What'd the buyer pay for this? This is Elvis Costello North. Buyer paid $9.97. So, if you're this far in, you apparently like listening. And if you're listening somewhere else and you hear of a CD store, a record store, a giant collection of CDs being liquidated, feel free to send me an email. I do have my email address down in the description below. Also, if you just need anything else, maybe you're interested in, I don't know, one-on-one coaching. Maybe you've just got a question. That email is down there. Feel free to reach out to me. We do some one-on-one coaching from time to time. It's not something I talk about a lot on here, but once a month, once every couple of months, somebody wants some. So I do offer that if you want to send me an email, but that email's more down there for if you've got a giant CD collection or you know where a record store is that's going out of business and they're liquidating everything, send me an email. I'm really looking for like 20, 30,000 CDs. We've got the cash set aside for it. We just need to find it. Up next, Braun Journey, The Long and Winding Road. Music of the Beatles. Looks like he plays on a harp, though. Buyer paid all in $8.67. This is one of the older CDs in the store. I know that just from where it was located. So, glad to see it go. Up next, we got another CD. Freaks. Play and Skills. Featuring Crazy Bone and Adina Howard. I don't know. Buyer paid all in $14.47. Going to Arizona. This one's already kind of in bad shape, the jewel case, so we will add a little bit of bubble wrap. It's close to that $15 mark. And it needs a little extra protection. We're almost out of media already. 4, 5 pieces of media left. And then we got a pile of sewing machine parts. A pair of shoes. It's been so long since I sold a pair of shoes. I was glad to see those go. Let's see, what do we got? Let's just start up here. Sewing machine part. Buyer paid all in $19.35 off of a Singer 4530. Going to Arkansas. I couldn't believe how many sewing machine parts I was selling this weekend. It's like some weekends the eBay algorithm or whatever just decides, you know what, Josh is good at selling sewing machine parts. So it puts me high up in the search results. And then some weekends it's like I'll sell one the whole weekend. Don't know why. Seems to have a lot to do with how well I'm doing answering messages. I think that has a lot to do with it. Up next, these are the little arms that like hold in the bobbin case and shuttle hook off of a Kenmore 385. Buyer paid all in $19.95, going to Connecticut. Pretty cool. Change my dimensions. All right, so if you're this far into the video, you're a little invested, but I'm going to kind of give you guys heads up on something I'm planning to do this week that I didn't talk about during my plan for the week earlier. So I'm opening another we're going to call it a secret eBay store. Little knob off of a Singer, some sort. Buyer paid $15.30. I've been using List Easier. They sent me a hat. I should have been wearing that today. Just want to switch. Let me switch the microphone over. So I've been using List Easier. I like List Easier. They're not paying me besides sending me a hat. I wish they were paying me, but they're not paying me. And I've got their maximum level account that I can use. And that account has like an insane amount of monthly listings, and I can have multiple eBay accounts. So what I'm going to do is I'm adding an extra niche that I can basically do with inputting almost zero time into it and very few dollars. I've set aside $500 to get this account off the ground, but I don't think I'm even going to need that. I had to buy one piece of equipment, a document camera, and I had to buy a little bit of inventory. I've spent like $50 on inventory. So we are going to start doing some listings on that account. I did list one disc-only copy. Let's get this readjusted. Sorry about that. I don't know how that's showing up. That was probably terrible audio there, but you're this far in the video. I did list one disc-only copy of Wii Sports on the account just to get one quick sell, one hopeful feedback. Pretty sure it sold to Brad. If you know Brad, you know what's going on there. So pretty sure it went to Brad. So sold one copy of Wii Sports, disc only, just to give the account some good grace. It does look like I can do 250 listings a month on that account, which is way more than I thought I could if I just opened up a new account. I thought I'd have a limit of like 10 or 15 until I made some sales. Thread cutter off of Bernina 1530. Buyer paid $33.55. Somebody gave me like 4 of these free machines because they found them in the dumpster. Then I gave them the base to a Singer treadle machine because I felt like that was a very fair trade. But anyways, I'm opening this new account with this new niche, going to try things out. We're going to kind of keep it quiet for just a little bit until I've got this thing off the ground, making a couple $100 a month, just because I'm really, really interested to see if I can do this with just like, I don't want to invest a lot of time into this, and that's the important part of this. So I'm thinking about capping it to like 1 to 2 hours per week and seeing how quickly, with like maybe a $200 investment, $500 investment, somewhere in that ballpark, how quickly I can make an account that starts producing, where I can take out, I don't know, I need a goal for this. Maybe whatever my initial investment was. Maybe if my initial investment's $200, we're trying to see how quickly we can get it to produce $200 a month and like keep itself growing and all that good stuff. I think that's a good plan, a good thing to go for. I don't know, it's just adding an extra niche. I've got all these free listings I can use. I might as well use them. Especially if I can do it in very, very little time. If I can invest like 1 hour a week and make an extra $200 a month, that's $50 an hour. That's pretty decent. And I just think it gives me a little bit more variety to my accounts in case the media market completely dies and no one ever wants how to build an antler chandelier and lamp again on DVD. This sold really fast. Go look this up. Go look this up on Terapeak. Like, it's crazy. I probably accepted too low of an offer, honestly. $14.47. Peak Antler Company. Paid $1 for it. Kind of surprised I did that, but I was wanting some eBay listings. I paid $1 for it. We made some money. Oops, I updated the weight on the wrong listing. Let's see. Is Ground Advantage going to be cheaper to Pennsylvania? Nope. Medium LS. But anyways, starting a new eBay account. Not going to share it. Not sharing the niche yet. Once this plan comes to fruition, we'll do it. The niche is not postcards like everybody else is doing right now. I went with something a little bit different. It seems like everybody right now is either swinging into media, which I don't like because that's what I sell, or they are swinging into postcards, things that are very simple to photograph and things that the AI listers are doing a very good job at listing. So I've decided to go with something that I have not yet heard anybody talk about. I think James might have mentioned it once or twice, but he's got so much other stuff going on. I don't think he's messing with it. I don't know if he's ever listed any of them. Maybe he has. I know he's got some that he owns. I'm probably giving too many hints right now and somebody's figured it out. But something that I can store real easy, something I can list and ship real easy, something that takes up no space, very low buy cost, low sell cost too because of that, but we can source it in lots, sell it individually, make a little profit. Up next, 1989 Childcraft Book 4, buyer paid $727 all in, which is not very much. Luckily, we can ship it for like $5 or something. Yeah, I should have been wearing this hat the whole time. I totally forgot it was on the shelf behind me. I'm paying $4.04 to ship it. We might make $1 on this one. It's one of those things. Been in the store forever. Happy to accept the lower offer to get it out here. This book is too big for my black envelopes that I used to always have. I started recently keeping one bigger size of bubble mailers on hand, and it just fits perfectly in there. Like previously, I would have had to struggle with getting the right size cardboard, getting the right size poly mailer. I'm so glad I've added one extra size of bubble mailer to my repertoire. I do get my bubble mailers from Gyro Pack. There's a link in the description. You can use Graph 10 for 10% off your first order. Oh my goodness, where did this go? Bound Print and Matter, $3.95. So, check that out. Oh, this is cool. I bought a whole bunch of CDs from somebody locally. Oh gosh, that's probably been 3-4 weeks ago. Maybe just over a month ago. They also had some records there. They didn't look that great, but I offered them like $20-$30 for the whole tote. And this was in here. Chuck Dunlap, Days Gone By. I also had a CD that was basically a reissue of this. But the CD did not have that much value. Enough where I listed it. But this record, best thing in the whole tote, sold for $38.47 all in. So it basically makes my money back from all the records. I was able to list quite a few others. I think we've sold one other from it. I used the wrong tape. I think that's the first time we've used tape today, though. But anyways, this and then the one other record we have sold made our money back on all the records. We also have a bunch of bulk records over there that I can sell off. Basically get the same price I paid for them. Because I can get $20 to $30 for a tote of records. So I'm going to buy a tote of records when I can get them for $20 to $30. Pull out the good ones. Sell off the rest. Get my money back. Move on. That's kind of my opinion with records. Don't like messing with them a whole lot. But they're nice to do from time to time. It's just like storage is different. Shipping is different. Everything's different about them. From CDs and DVDs and books. So they're one media item that I don't mess with a lot. Pair of shoes. Saucony Women's Marauder 2. Size 9.5. Buyer paid $20 all in for these shoes going to New York. So glad to see another pair of shoes out of the store. We have not really listed any shoes in almost 2 years at this point. So, you know what? There we go. FedEx was a cheaper way of shipping these, but I don't ship FedEx. FedEx drop-off is not that convenient for me, and I seem to get chargebacks a lot more. This is some German name, silver tone, chrome-plated cigarette case. Buyer paid $17.93. Just gonna throw quite a bit of bubble wrap around it. Throw it in a bubble mailer. I used to throw this type of stuff in small boxes, but like I've got so much bubble wrap around there, like the thing's basically indestructible at this point. It weighs less because I do it that way instead of putting it in a box. If I put it in a box, it would have weighed over 8 ounces. But these bubble mailers from Gyropack, they do great. They hold up great. Add some extra bubble wrap if you got something like this in there. Call it fine. Now the China, it's going to go in the box. We're almost out of stuff here. Let's refresh the page. See if I'm missing anything. It says we got 5 orders left. We actually only have 2 left. One of these has been stuck on here forever, even though I shipped it. I think I combined the order in eBay and forgot to hit that I shipped them both, and then the other 2 are things that just sold. One book for $15.22 and another book for $25.22 just sold. We'll ship those tomorrow. But right now we got a power supply to a sewing machine, Euro Pro dressmaker. Buyer was also wanting the foot pedal to this machine, but I'd already sold the foot pedal. So they're gonna have to find one somewhere else. I don't know where they're gonna find one. Some of these parts are hard to find. Gosh, that thing weighs 12 ounces in a bubble mailer. It's crazy. So what's that gonna cost me to ship then? $5.41. That's not bad. And last but not least, 2 pieces of China. This is Homer Laughlin, I think that's how you pronounce it. This is like restaurant wear is what I would call this. I don't know if that's a good term. I'm definitely not an expert on China. Buyer is all in $20.15 for these 2 bowls. Oh, quite a few pieces from that set. So glad to see that one going out as well. Add some bubble wrap, add some dunnage. You know what? Get this piece right here that we've been making. Oh my goodness. Does anybody save this for dunnage as well, or is it just me? And now I don't have to use my paper up there. Now I don't have to go empty my trash can out right now. And that does weigh 3 pounds. And this box is in a 10 by 8 by 6, which I need to order more of. That's what I need to use my store coupon for. So I'll probably do that later today. Use my store coupon, order more of those. UPS is cheaper by 7 cents, but we are not going to town today, so we are going to do USPS. Pay the extra 7 cents to save myself a trip to town. That's totally fine. That's everything today. So this has been 50 orders. I believe I got them all in there. Don't think I talked about every one of them, but we got them in there at least. My plan for the week, $360 to Amazon, $125 to eBay. Don't do any combining of shelves. Wait to do that next week, Josh, even though you really want to. But we're also going to start our new secrets eBay store project that we're working on. And we're wanting to put like 1 to 2 hours a week. Maybe do 2 hours a week here at the beginning to kind of jumpstart it and get it going. And I don't know, I think $500 a month is a better dollar amount to aim for than $200 a month. $200 a month doesn't really like move the needle in anybody's life really that much, but $500 a month, like that's a lot. You know, that's a big chunk of rent. That is a car payment. That is your student loan payment. $500 a month is, you know, that's pretty nice. So maybe that's the goal we'll aim for. $500 a month. How long will it take me with List Easier in this new plan? A couple $100 invested to get us to $500 a month. But anyways, it's been almost an hour. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.